And hello, thank you for joining us here in the KXN Live studios. This is the Horns Report. I'm your host, Billy Gates, and with me, as always, is Roger Wallace. And before we get into all of these crazy tiebreaker scenarios that could possibly happen, they could also not happen, depending on how Friday and Saturday go, I want to just talk about Texas's win last week over Iowa State, 26-16. The big question mark going in, Roger, was the running game. How were they going to perform without Jonathan Brooks, who tore his ACL the week before and is done for the year? C.J. Baxter looked pretty darn good.
Yeah, he stepped up, and they were able to run it when they needed to in the second half against a really good Iowa State defense in a place that's not been kind to them, and it was certainly on fire on Saturday night. But Longhorns, Baxter, Jaden Blue, offensive line took care of business. And how about that, Billy? They did it in the second half rather than the first half. They need Bert Auburn's walk-off field goal to get to 6 points at the end of the first half to take that lead. But then they get a couple of touchdowns in the second half, and they get a couple of touchdowns called back, not to mention that fumble by Xavier Worthy. So you had penalties on 2 touchdowns. They're in the red zone, and you have a turnover. So there was a lot of missed opportunity, but they made the most of their chances enough. And C.J. Baxter stepped up, carried the load, and I'm sure that was a big relief for Sark to see that he can do that, because they're going to face another good defense this Friday. This is a little different look Texas Tech team than we're used to.
Yeah, and that was just kind of where we were headed next here. Texas Tech on Friday, 6:30 p.m. at DKR. Big 12 finale forever, or at least as long as they want to stay in the SEC. There's been a lot of talk about this game earlier in the season. We've talked about it on here. The Big 12 Commissioner Brett Yormark, kind of pumping his chest for Texas Tech at some booster function earlier in the year. We all know that, but Texas Tech would love nothing more than to come into DKR and ruin the Longhorns' chance at playing for a Big 12 championship.
No doubt. Probably as much or more than any other of the remaining Big 12 teams. I think the vitriol from Texas Tech is right near the top. So you're right. They got bowl eligible Saturday, so they've taken care of that, but they are playing well. And how about the fact that their defense is ranked higher in the Big 12 defensive standings than their offense is in the offensive standings. So as I mentioned, it's a little bit of a different makeup of this team. Longhorns, you mentioned it. You see tiebreakers. Well, the easy tiebreaker for Texas is don't get to the tiebreakers, and that's win on Friday night, and then they know they're in, and let everybody else worry about the tiebreakers to see who's going to play them between Oklahoma, Oklahoma State, and Kansas State, the other 3 2-loss teams.
Mm-hmm. And in Monday's press conference, Steve Sarkisian addressed the tiebreaker scenarios a little bit in a couple different questions. We'll hear from him right now just about how they can't rely on other teams, because that's what happened last year. They beat Baylor in the finale, but then through some tiebreaker scenario, they were kind of aced out of where they wanted to be there at the end. So here's what Sark had to say about basically being able to make their own way, to kind of control where they want to go.
I just think we learned our lesson a year ago. We put ourselves in position a year ago to where we had to win Friday night against Baylor, and we were able to do that, but then our fate was in somebody else's hands on Saturday, and it didn't work out so well for us. We didn't get into the championship game. And so I think this year was, leave no doubt, like this is on us. We control our own destiny. Let's go handle our business the way we know how to do it. It's a tall task. It's going to be a tough game Friday night, but at the end, let's not leave it up to somebody else. Let's do it our way and the way that I know we're capable of doing it.
So yeah, leaving no doubt is really the message there. I mean, obviously you win, then you're in as the number one. You beat the designated home team, which
uniform color.
Up in Jerry World, you get to wear orange instead of white, I guess.
Your bench will be on the different side.
yeah. But if you lose, that's when things get wacky. I mean, because there's potential for a 4-team tie.
I think if they lose, I think that's what's going to happen. Yeah. Just looking at the matchups, The one to me in the balance would be K-State, Iowa State.
Mm-hmm.
I think Oklahoma and Oklahoma State will take care of business. So yeah,
Right.
you don't. And the weird thing is the Big 12 just won't come out and say if this happens, this.
Right.
So I don't know if they're trying to figure out how far down they go because it's an imbalanced schedule. So you have common opponents, ranking. I mean, think back to 2008. Texas beats OU head to head, but because of BCS rankings, OU gets in ahead of Texas.
Yeah.
So yeah, the factors are, and the hard part for Sark is his scenario is them losing because winning, we all know the answer. So he's doing the what ifs. They lose the ball game and then have to sit back and watch everything unfold.
Yeah, but if you look at the Big 12 tiebreaker protocols, you almost have to have a law degree or some kind of advanced math degree to figure all that stuff out, especially how the standings are shaking out with so many teams having similar records. The Big 12 race is literally coming down to the last week with all of these imbalanced scheduling and stuff like that.
And people they might be wondering, why is it so difficult? Well, remember there are divisions.
Right.
So back when they had divisions and this scenario came up, it was easier because you narrowed it down to that division. That's what happened in 2008. Texas and OU in the South Division, they were tied, and they gave it to OU based on that BCS ranking because there were also common opponents. Yeah. I think it was a three-way with Texas Tech. Texas lost to Texas Tech, beat Oklahoma. But anyway, yeah, that's when you have 14 teams and you're just going for two. They're not all going to play each other, and then even when you get to that round robin, okay, if three are tied, what happened in the round robin? Well, they didn't all play each other, so how do you favor it? So I'm not going to get too deep in the weeds, but suffice to say, the easiest path for Texas is get a win, get that 11th win, and go to Arlington not only with a chance to win the Big 12 championship, but still knocking on the CFP door, and that comes out on Tuesday. I don't think there'll be a drastic difference in the standings there.
Yeah, I tried to go through the tiebreaker scenarios yesterday, and I just kind of confused myself and just sort of gave up.
Well, when the Big 12 came out,
it's wild.
They came out with the scenarios, and then at the last line was they still have to figure it out if this happens and that happens. So, it's amazing. It's kind of come to this, and they can't give a concrete if this happens, then this happens.
Yeah, and it's making a lot of people uneasy and angry, especially online. Of course, that's what Twitter's for.
That's right.
And now, another thing that Coach Sarkisian said during the press conference today, he was asked if there's any more importance placed on this game, given the stakes, given that it's probably the biggest game that this program has played since the 2009 season. And here's what Steve had to say.
We haven't necessarily had to put more of an emphasis on this game because I mean this when I tell you, after the OU game, I've made it a point that every game we played, the first thing I talked about to the team every morning, every Monday morning, every Friday night, this is a Big 12 championship game. We feel like we've been playing Big 12 championship games one week after another. We know the value of them. We know the importance of them. You never know how it's going to shake out. And we just did not want to put ourselves in position where we were relying on other people. And so I don't feel like in this week that I have to do more than that. I think that our players understand, hey, we went into this season with a mission to try to be champions. We felt like we were more than capable to do that, but that we would have to handle our business along the way. I think we've performed that way, but the work's not done. And so it's not something that we shy away from or need to shy away from, but it's also not something that I need to make it even bigger this week because we've been talking this way now for almost 2 months.
So yeah, he said that there's no reason for him to blow it up bigger than it is. I mean, it is a game. The stakes are high, but in his words, like talking with the team, like they've been trying to play like it's been a championship game for the past couple months. So I mean, that's kind of coach speaking, but I mean at the same time, I mean that's a pretty good way to go about it.
If you lose one before, then it makes that one mean a lot less from the Oklahoma loss because they left their margin for error. obviously a lot slimmer. And we've seen this Texas team in the past, when they had divisions, they'd run the table after OU, but because it was OU in the South, then Oklahoma would go to the Big 12 title game. But yeah, I mean, it's just because he's not saying it, it's clearly the most is on the line since that Nebraska game in the 2009 Big 12 championship. They went to the title game in 2018. Remember, that was a 4-loss team with Tom Herman in his second year. Ended up beating Georgia in the Sugar Bowl for that 10-win season. So this is the first 10-win season since 2018. That took a bowl game to get to the 10th win. But yeah, everybody knows this is the biggest game. The most is on the line because there's no game after this in the regular season, and they have to win this one to guarantee that they're going to go play for the next biggest game since 2009, and that would be if they win and they go play and maybe have a chance in the college football playoff, which they've never, not only haven't been to, they've never really sniffed the college football playoff under its format.
Yeah, and we'll see where the committee puts them tomorrow night, Tuesday night, with their new rankings released. I wouldn't think they'd get any closer, but I mean,
or further,
or further, right?
Alabama's not going to jump them after Chattanooga and Texas had a win on the road against a quality team.
Probably another number 7 ranking, but who knows? Maybe they just want to make good TV and shake things up.
The interesting thing would be, Billy, is if Texas wins and then the loser of the Ohio State-Michigan game, how far do they drop?
Right.
Especially if it's Michigan and it's at home. How far do they drop? Mm-hmm. Then does Texas, again, if they win, do they move up to 6 or to 5 and have a chance, maybe to sneak in because you're probably going to have an Oregon-Washington matchup again? More than likely. So then, you're going to have Alabama and Georgia. So what if Georgia gets beat? Do they stay ahead of a one-loss Texas if they're the Big 12 champs? That's where it's going to get crazy. I think this is going to be pretty much chalk. I think a lot of people might think Michigan will drop, and then what do they do with Florida State with the loss of their quarterback? You have to take that into consideration. But for Texas, I think they'll stay at 7.
Yeah, a lot of football still left, even though we're getting to the end of the regular season. Friday night, the day after Thanksgiving, Texas takes on Texas Tech, 6:30 p.m. At DKR Texas Memorial Stadium. We'll both be there.
I won't.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, Roger won't be there. Roger, because you're going to be in St. Thomas.
I'm going to the Virgin Islands.
That's true.
Part of my gig with radio is sometimes I have to be where the voice of Longhorns, Craig Way, can't be. And in this case, I'm going to the Virgin Islands to do the Paradise Jam tournament with the women. If Longhorn fans are worried about an omen, last time they played in that game to get to the Big 12 title game, they won against Kansas. I was sitting in a hotel room in Las Vegas, so maybe that's a good omen for the Longhorns. We'll see about that.
And I mean, if somebody's got to go to the Virgin Islands to call basketball, it might as well.
I drew the short straw.
Yeah. So yeah, Friday night, 6:30 p.m. Texas and Texas Tech. If Texas wins, they are the home team in the Big 12 championship game on December 2nd, and that is an 11 a.m. game, I believe.
Yep.
From Arlington Cowboy Stadium. If they lose, then
still might be.
They still might be, but then again, they might not be.
Yeah,
it all depends on how the rest of the conference games shake out. The only other game on Friday in the Big 12 is Oklahoma and TCU, and then everybody else plays Saturday.
Yeah, and there's some thought that, and there's been some reporting. And then that Texas is in regardless, but the Big 12 is just not saying. So we don't know. That might be the case, but because of they don't know what's going to happen with those 3 2-loss teams,
right.
They can't definitively say. It's bizarre that we're to this point and we don't have it in black and white. If this happens, this happens. But here we are.
Well, maybe the Big 12 will figure it out, hopefully before Texas leaves for the SEC. On that note, we'll leave it there. For Roger Wallace, I'm Billy Gates. Thank you so much for watching the Horns Report, and we will talk to you again soon.